drastic increase.
A drastic increase in the number of people who are homeless in Linn County, and it's reflected in the numbers at the Community Winter Overflow Shelter. That low barrier shelter is a partnership between Linn County, the City of Cedar Rapids, and Willis-Dady Homeless Services.
And it's a way to ensure anyone struggling to stay warm overnight during the winter months has a place to stay. And KCRG TV9's Brian Tabak is joining us in the studio. And Brian, the number of people needing shelter is at a record right now, isn't it?
Jim Beth, homeless advocates say they counted more than 123 people living on the streets this past August as part of the county's biannual place and time count. That number is up from last year at 107, an increase of more than 10%. It's something those with Willis-Dady say may be contributing to the higher number of people they see almost every night.
I have food that I go get every day that I lug around.
At around 6 in the evening, Anna Miller heads to the Community Winter Overflow Shelter on the city's southwest side. For her, this is a whole new reality.
Been here almost 2 weeks, first time I've been homeless.
Miller says she was a caretaker for a man. She could live there and meals were included, but then he died. That's how she ended up at the Overflow Shelter on 12th Avenue Southwest. It's a situation Deneen Rushing says more and more people are finding themselves in this year.
There's more people experiencing homelessness.
Rushing says they average around 80 people staying at the Overflow Shelter every night. She says there's a number of reasons for the new influx. One of the biggest is a lack of affordable housing.
There are some properties, units, where they're asking for 3 times the rental amount. And so if you're on a fixed income, we have a lot of clients that receive disability, receive Social Security, and so they're never going to make 3 times the rental amount, especially when we see the rent prices increasing.
Though the number of people struggling to find a home is filling these cots at the shelter, Rushing says she's expecting more people in need of help as the temperatures continue to fall this winter.
There are probably a small percentage of individuals that have not utilized the shelter yet that may still be sleeping outside.
Meaning more people in need of help, like Miller, still looking for a place to live.
I never really thought I was going to live in a shelter.
The increase in people who are homeless means Willis-Dady has more needs, specifically food bags, hygiene kits, and laundry kits. There's a link to that information in this story on KCRG.com. In the studio, Brian Tabak, KCRG TV9 News.
All right, thank you, Brian. Now, homelessness in the U.S. hit a record this year. A Department of Housing and Urban Development report shows more than 650,000 people experienced homelessness on one single night in January. Now, this is a 12% increase from the previous year. It's also the highest number since reporting began in 2007. The data also shows families with children make up nearly 30% of those who are homeless. This is a 16% increase over the previous